Crash Team Racing is doing something important for the Crash fanbase as a whole, and honestly, I think it's pretty important. Let's talk about it!
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with another CTR video. So CTR has been having Grand Prix come out every single month. With those Grand Prix comes a slew of new karts, tires, paint jobs, stickers, skins, and a brand new track to race on completely free. But we also get a few characters every Grand Prix. Those characters come from a slew of different Crash games. When it seems like there couldn't be any more characters to be introduced, Beenox seems to find a way to dig up more. Even characters that seem brand new, like Hasty, are actually references to the past. To summarize, Hasty is a reference to a character that the fanbase deemed as Fasty, but turns out was a character that an artist that worked for Naughty Dog had made for a friend's company. I might make a video talking about Hasty and his past, but Beenox even found a way to include a Confusion as a brand new character to the franchise and then make it their own. Now, recently, two characters that were quite obscure in the fan base were brought in. Rillaroo, who only made one appearance in the Crash Bandicoot party game spin-off Crash Bash, and Yaya Panda, a character on the Crash racing games for mobile. It's coming to a point where even avid Crash fans are discovering new characters. As each new character gets added every single Grand Prix, Beenox is doing something extremely important. See, Crash has been handled by many different hands and by many different studios. He's been spun off, remade, rebooted, cancelled, put on a hiatus, loved and hated by his fans. Not many games have a legend such as Crash Bandicoot, but with each of those previous and different takes and installments on games comes a brand new fan base. Now, because Crash has been around the block so many times with different takes, there will be different fan bases. Different fan bases within the IP tend to get heated with one another due to there being a bit of an identity issue with the franchise. The same issue can be seen in the Spyro fanbase between the original, Legend, and Skylander fan bases. So, fan bases tend to argue over which is quote-unquote canon, which means characters that actually affect the storyline of Crash and aren't written out as quote-unquote mistakes in the story. When Crash Team Racing was announced, people were quite excited, but had hoped for more characters than what the original roster had offered. People had asked for Embryo, Komodo Mo, Koala Kong, and many others from the original trilogy. But there were some that were asking for characters from other Crash games. At first, most people had thought that Beenox would just default to the original trilogy for characters, but Beenox did something even crazier that I don't think any fanbase of any Crash game could have thought. Beenox decided to take a step back and entertain not just the original Crash fans, but every Crash fan. When I went to PAX in 2019, I was able to snag an interview with Thomas Wilson, the creative director of the game, where there were rumors that Crunch Bandicoot, a character that came out after the original trilogy, was going to be in the game, and he confirmed that Crunch was in the game, but not just Crunch, but every character and track from a previous Crash game, Crash Nitro Kart. This blew the minds of fans as we were able to see long lost faces once again. It broke expectations and caused the fan base to blow up. Think back to the announcement. Did you really think when you first saw the announcement of Crash Team Racing at the Game Awards that we would have Crunch, Rillaroo, even Yaya Panda? Did you honestly think that those characters would have made it into the game? I'll tell you, you probably didn't. I definitely didn't. But that was not the most important part. It was introducing these characters to those who had never seen them before. Beenox is doing something incredibly important, something that very few games have been able to do. They are using Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled as a platform for preservation of Crash's long past. They are bringing characters in that may not have had a large role in their past to a present that is much more impactful and important. Beenox is taking old forgotten characters and resurrecting them to the modern day and introducing them to a new batch of fans, causing curiosity to who they are, and ultimately Beenox is reaching out to those who even knew about these characters beforehand. Beenox has shown time and time again that just about no character is too small or too unknown to come to the game. People like myself within the fanbase are now digging on a daily basis to see who else could hit the track, like Emperor Velo, Mr. Crumb, Evil Crash, Madame Amberly. All these characters are on the table to potentially join the roster. But not only that, we are also discovering brand new characters that are so small that we never would have even thought of coming to Crash Team Racing now has the possibility to. But when these characters are added to CTR, it also lends the possibility to them being used in some manner in future Crash games, allowing previously unknown characters to be relevant once more in a mainline Crash game. What Beenox is doing is that they are preserving Crash Bandicoot's past, bringing long forgotten characters back and standing on equal footing with others, giving future developer options to characters that they could use story-wise in their games, because people have become familiar with these characters due to CTR introducing them as a part of the roster. It's a smart, caring, and amazing way to celebrate the franchise and its past. Instead of just deleting the history and starting fresh, they're celebrating its history, and I cannot wait to see who they add next. A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.